A lively celebration as the party welcomes their newest member, Lloyd, into the fold. The table is piled high with mouth-watering dishes, and Lloyd's eyes practically pop out of his head at the sight. Louis, the party's spirited leader, grins and tells him it's their treat, so he can eat and drink to his heart's content. Lloyd, overwhelmed with gratitude, thanks her and dives in, his face lighting up with pure joy as he savors every bite. The other party members, Cross, Silica, and Dagas, watch in shock as Lloyd devours the food with unmatched enthusiasm. Lloyd can't stop raving about the meal, claiming it has a depth of flavor that makes him question everything he's eaten his whole life. The party, amused, tells him this place is just average, but Lloyd's mind is blown. Curious, Cross asks what kind of food Lloyd grew up with. Lloyd casually drops that he lived with his master, a woman who taught him magic. Her idea of cooking? Whatever grew wild in the garden, mushrooms from the forest, simple roasted meat from beasts they hunted. Silica, shocked, quips, "That's not cooking." Lloyd laughs, admitting that's why he started making their meals, but he's never managed to recreate flavors like the ones he's tasting now. The conversation takes a deeper turn as Louis asks about Lloyd's master, intrigued by the woman who taught him such incredible magic. The others lean in, curious too, and Silica wonders if she's a white mage like Lloyd. He shakes his head, explaining that his master was more combat-oriented, often causing explosions during her magical experiments. Silica asks how she taught him support magic if she wasn't a white mage. Lloyd's response? "She's way more incredible than me." Silica's so impressed she declares she'd love to learn from her someday, but Lloyd quickly shuts that down, warning her to avoid it at all costs. A flashback hits, showing the grueling, hellish training his master put him through. Cross chuckles. She must have been a harsh teacher, but Lloyd softened and said she was kind, recalling her kind embrace, revealing a complex bond. The mood shifts as Louis calls for a strategy meeting, catching Lloyd off guard. He didn't even know about the quest. Cross suggests filling him in, and though Louis admits she's terrible at explaining things, she hands the quest notice to Dagas, who takes charge. He explains that their mission is to take down a pack of monsters wreaking havoc on local farms, which appear out of nowhere and trample crops. Lloyd, puzzled, points out that it's unusual for different monster species to form a pack. Silica confirms he's right, and Dagas urges the team to act quickly. Louis, ever the proud adventurer, declares they must help those in need. Cross raises a concern: if they're facing a pack, it could be tough for him and Louis. But Louis's confident, saying it's Silica's time to shine. Silica, however, warns that her wide area attacks consume a ton of mana, and the monster numbers could be an issue. Louis turns to Lloyd, asking if he can use offensive magic. He admits he can, but it's not as strong as a proper mage's. Dagas steps in with a plan. He and Louis will draw the monsters into one spot, Silica will unleash her wide area attack to finish them, Cross will protect Silica and Lloyd will provide support and healing. Silica's thrilled at the idea of Lloyd's support magic, but he downplays his skills, revealing he was kicked out of the heroes' party for being too weak. The team shuts that down, boosting his confidence and telling him to believe in himself. After dinner, the group sets a meeting place for the quest. Dagas teases Louis about not sleeping in, sparking a playful argument when Cross joins in, poking fun at her. Lloyd tries to slip away, but Dagas stops him, pointing out the inn is in the opposite direction. Lloyd admits he can't afford a room, but Dagas hands him some money, saying it'll come out of his quest reward. Lloyd, touched by the gesture, promises to work hard and repay him. At the inn, alone in his room, Lloyd vows to repay the party's kindness. Morning arrives, and the party gathers, ready to head out. Louis notices everyone's empty-handed and is delighted to learn Lloyd storing their belongings using his storage magic. He even stores her things, earning a big smile from her. Lloyd suggests teaching them. The others asked if they could learn it. Lloyd explains that anyone with a bit of mana could do it, though increasing storage capacity takes training. The team's all in, eager to learn, and they set off for the quest. On the way, Dagas points out the demon realm across the mountains, adding a hint of foreboding. As they cross a rickety bridge, Louis, ever the strategist, distracts everyone with random questions to ease their nerves. The party plays along, laughing and answering, but when she asks Lloyd to tell a joke, he admits he doesn't know how. They make it across, and the team encourages him, building his confidence further. In the forest, we get a cryptic glimpse of a mysterious figure praying to a stone that emits unsettling mana, foreshadowing trouble ahead. Back with the party, they set up camp before the quest. Louis and Silica head off to wash up, and Lloyd offers to handle their chores, earning a thanks from Louis. While gathering firewood, Lloyd finds fruits that his master used to train him with. Nostalgic, he picks one, tastes it, and decides to share some with the others. Suddenly, a scream pierces the air. Louis and Silica, while washing, are cornered by a terrifying basilisk. Lloyd springs into action, hitting the monster with a fireball to divert its attention and shouting for the girls to run to the shore. He tosses Silica her staff and Louis her sword, even buffing them with support magic. Louis leaps in, slicing off the basilisk's tail, and the monster roars in pain. Silica told them to take cover and unleashed a massive fireball that defeated the beast in one hit. Silica's stunned and confused by her own power, while Louis praises her. Lloyd blushes when Louis's towel slips, leading to an embarrassed scream and a quick cutaway. Back at camp, Lloyd teaches the party storage magic. He demonstrates by creating an opening with his hand and placing an item inside, but the others struggle. Feeling like a bad teacher, Lloyd blames himself, but the team reassures him it's because they're beginners. Silica suggests chanting storage, and it works. The others follow suit, using incantations since they lack Lloyd's natural talent. By nightfall, they've got the hang of it, and the team's bond grows stronger. During a nighttime lookout, Louis thanks Lloyd for joining the party, but he brushes it off, saying he was desperate for work. Curious, he asks why this quest means so much to her. Louis opens up, revealing that her village was attacked by monsters when she was a child, leaving her as the sole survivor. This quest hits close to home, and she can't stand by when others need help. Lloyd, moved, suddenly stops her and tells her to wake the others. They've spotted the monster pack from the quest notice. As the monsters approached them, Lloyd warned them and moved to retreat. Louis accidentally made a noise, alerting the monsters. A chase ensues, and a spider monster cuts them off. The party pulls their weapons from storage, ready for battle. The monsters attack, snatching Silica's staff, and the team is cornered. Lloyd buffs everyone, shouting for Louis to attack. She leaps into action, taking down one spider, while Cross recovers Silica's staff. Louis defeats another, and Lloyd directs Silica to unleash a fireball, with Cross assisting to burn the remaining monsters. Lloyd apologizes for giving orders, but the team thanks him, saying they'll rely on him moving forward. The next morning, the party packs their gear into storage and heads out, stronger and more united than ever.